What's up, everybody? Soul here with another Menace video for your viewing pleasure. And yep, we're back. Overhype Studios are still killing it, doing their thing, and we are grateful for it. Dev Diary number 50, Terrain Update. Creating terrain that looks great and feels good gameplay-wise was always high on our list, and we always wanted to improve on that front. Now, finally, after a lot of research and development, we want to show you the result. In this diary, we take a short look at how terrains were generated in the past and how they are generated now. The terrain update is currently being tested in the closed beta and will soon be ready for release. Please note that this update will contain new assets only, will not contain new assets, only existing ones. We will soon have a dedicated 3D environment artist joining the team who will start working on textures, materials, and assets. Guys, that's exciting. A dedicated artist to work on those new textures, materials, and assets. Woo! Generating the previous approach. Menace missions are all about having a procedural aspect to them. By changing the seed, you'll always get a new mission layout. While we have predefined layouts of building structures or objectives, so-called chunks, these get scattered randomly on the terrain, and the terrain has to react to it. And that is a problem. A terrain is a product of its environment. Terrains, I'm going to read it for what it says. It just messed me up. I'm sorry. Terrains are shaped by a lot of different factors, such as flowing water, temperature difference, wind, etc. Computing these natural effects is quite expensive and costs a lot of time computing-wise. Also, since we need to generate these effects during the game's runtime, a lot of shortcuts had to be taken, and the result always looked pretty much generated. But even with these shortcuts, the time it took to generate the maps was quite long. In certain scenarios, up to several seconds, that resulted in lags and loading screens. Also, another big problem is that we had little control over art directing the landscape. And this is titled The Old Pond. And as you can see, this is the pond. We got a nice truck of pirates. Come to view and check it out. Hey, trinketing by the pond today? Yes, aren't you cute? Terrains in games, usually with grayscale textures, each pixel represents a certain height within a specific range. A value of 0 means no deformations. A value of 0.5, say, pushes the terrain up to 5 meters. For lakes, the values of these positions were simply lowered to create a hole. The water was added on top. This works to a degree, but the lake never knew it was a lake. It was just a ditch in the terrain, and usually ponds have a much bigger impact on the landscape than that. That's very fair. The shore should have a wet sand, and the reeds should grow around the edges. None of that was possible with the old system. This had to be fixed. Generating the new approach. As discussed before, creating terrains is computationally, thank you, we got through it, we did it, computationally heavy. In the external tools, computing really large remains, even on beefy machines, can cost hours of computation time. And RAM usage easily climbs into the hundreds. Luckily, our terrain isn't that big. The playable area is 336 by 336, and we used a lot of shortcuts to speed up the generation time significantly, which is what you experience right now when loading a mission. But the result isn't what we are going for, and something new had to be developed, fulfilling all the needs we have. Long story short, as I always say, long story boring. Love you, Edward. It's so computationally expensive, why perform that work at runtime? If, by the way, I forgot to say that word. Instead, we can skip it entirely by pre-computing everything ahead of time. We cache all the data and only assemble or modify the individual pieces during runtime. Everything is generated in advance, but broken down into modular components that are scattered across the terrain randomly. This gives us full control over the terrain features, allowing us to place and combine them however we want while keeping runtime costs low. The new system. In summary, the system is fairly straightforward. It introduces two types of primitives, base plates and stamps. During the first pass, the base plate is projected onto the terrain and all of its finer details are applied. More on that later. Once this step is complete, chunks and stamps are scattered across the terrain and placed and blended with the base plate. Done. I love that line. And so this looks good. Terrain points, terrain layer, height. We've got a terrain sandwich, guys. I like it. The stamps in their identity are basically the same as base plates, but just a bit smaller in dimension. Both hold a lot of information. From the most basic ones, such as the description of which planet and biomes it belongs to, up to the more specific data like dimensions, orientation, and blend type, etc. Okay. And then right here we've got stamp on the base plate. I like it. The more interesting are the following. I want to explain a bit further. Terrain layer, terrain points, and terrain meshes. Alright, terrain layer and points. This does look pretty good. Okay, I get it. This does look pretty good. In the old system, the distribution of materials such as sand, rocks, and grass was purely noise-based. Completely random. It works, but terrains aren't random. They follow their own rule sets. Water flows, loose debris get carried with it, and this shapes channels of rocks. You might have seen this behavior yourself after heavy rainfall. This information and more is now pre-baked into the base plate and stamps. And so here we go. We got Tech out for a stroll by the creek. It's a dusty, arid creek, mind you, but you know, we've got some reeds growing here. We've got some moist sand, as they discussed. We can see where water has washed away the sand, and we've got some heavy rocks, bigger rocks exposed. Very, very pretty. I like it. Got some bigger rocks in here. What kind of cover are they offering? Yeah, I like it. I like it. This looks good. All right. Eliminate the Hive Queen. Get everyone to the evac zone. They got 5 units. I'm looking at it. Holy. They see everything. Anyways. Also, with the new system, the surface type, screenshot bottom right, gets correctly assigned now. Every terrain layer comes with a type, and when the terrain is generated, each tile's surface type gets derived from the terrain layer. Rock. It costs 18 action points to traverse. Rock. Okay. I like it. Let's talk about terrain points. This might be a bit technical, but by points, we mean positions in space with data attached to them. This allows, similar to terrain, to terrain layers, more natural asset distribution around the small lake. Reeds now grow, and along debris channels, assets get scattered as well. This also solved the issue where the units could occasionally get trapped inside a forest. Forests are now generated with a more advanced technique, pre-baked into the base plate as terrain points and altered a runtime. At their core, forests are denser and feather out towards the edges, and the roads no longer cut through trees. Thicker forest? I'm interested. I want to see it. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Terrain meshes. As mentioned before, terrains in games are basically just displaced planes. Greater pixel values deform the landscape vertically upward, being able to deform it only one axis is quite limiting. Okay, well, we want to be able to deform it on multiple axes, guys. It works up a certain threshold, but the steeper it gets, the more tricks need to be applied to make it somewhat believable. To counter this, a lot of games create separate mesh to cover the problem. We do too. Boulders are no longer stretched planes, but authored and procedurally generated meshes. Forgive me. Let's take a look. The sand looks gorgeous. That looks fantastic. Ooh. Oh. Oh, what pretty rocks you have here. I like it. It looks really good. Benefits of the new system. The benefits of the new systems are wide-ranging. We gain more control over how the terrain looks since we work with pre-made stamps and base plates, but we don't lose the flexibility of proceduralism. Every mission and seed still generates a new layout and is chosen from a large pool of stamps. Snow's looking. Oh, that looks really good. Texture, that looks really, really good. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. I like it a lot, a lot. Very good. The new system also gives us more control over how objects get rendered on screen. It improves performance significantly, especially on low-spec PCs, and the gain is noticeable. In our measurements, we saw the performance gain up to 250% in certain areas. Holy. Hey, you make it look better and it performs better? I feel like I'm being sold a bill of goods here. Also, we are generating the mission. Even before you enter the battlefield and plan your setup, in the mission preparation screen, loading time is reduced significantly. And on most systems, you won't notice any delay anymore. Man. Alright, that's it for now. Be sure to let us know what you think. Credit to whoever writes these up, by the way. They are doing great. This is fantastic. I love everything Overhype's doing. These guys are killing it. Make sure you get on here. Leave these guys a review. Buy the game. Love yourself for it. And play it. It's an amazing thing. We love Menace. We love Overhype. Yes, it's all great. In the terrain update, this is the old guys. And the forests are soon going to be looking like this, guys. I can't wait. It's gorgeous. Yep, this looks fantastic. Tell me what you think. Get in the comments. Let's talk about it. Are you excited about the terrain? Are you excited about a quicker loading game? Especially if some of us are running those older PCs. I get it, guys. I get it. Totally. I'm there. I'm on the verge of having me an old PC myself. And yeah, having a PC that can do more, getting more bang for your buck, these guys are killing it. They're so mindful. I love them. I love them. I just do. Someone send them a fruit basket, please. Past that, drop me a like and subscribe if you like what we're doing here. It's the free and easy way to support the channel, what we're doing. Thank you so much for considering, and I'm glad you're here up to this point. And huge shout out and thank you to our soldiers. You guys and gals are the ones that keep the content rolling, me going, and everything flowing. I'm super duper grateful for y'all. Thank you so much for everything. And until next time, I will catch you later. Bye.